Yo, what's up? This your boy, Make You Happen, with our third episode here today with my lovely co-host.
Your girl, Cubana
And today we're going to dive right into, we talking about what does the financial structure look like in the parent household? How do you support your child being two single parents? So it's always talk, it's always an issue. He don't make enough or she don't handle her money right. So how do you handle the money accordingly, by the kid? So what you think about that?
So, I'm one of those baby mamas. My son father is not on child support.
Good for him.
He is not on child support. I don't believe in child support. That's one thing. That's a whole other situation, another topic for another day. But I don't believe in child support. I also don't believe in getting no courts involved in my shit. So, when my kid needs something, or if I feel like that's something we should do for him, I call him and have a conversation about it. Like, hey, what's your budget looking like? Can we fit this in? How can we plan for this to be? I am a planner. I like to know where my money gonna be and how much I'm gonna be spending on it. I don't like when stuff pop up. I be mad as hell. Like, I didn't plan for that. So that's why I be mad if he tell me like, oh, I know I said I was gonna be able to do it this day. I get mad because I gave you more than enough time to plan your finances to make sure this was okay. So, but even then, I just be like, whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know.
Well, first off, shouts out to you because you probably about, I would say at least the top 90%. So I flip it about 10% of women that feel like, look, I don't want to get my baby daddy or whoever involved. We gonna figure this stuff out. Yeah. You got the money, just let me know. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you with that. But I would say I'm more so of it really doesn't matter. Like, I'm really in the business of spoiling my child. So if my child needs something, I'm always gonna provide. But like, I do have a certain amount of allowance or just like a budget, like in general. Now, if I say, hey, my son need some shoes, X, Y, Z, that's already something that's coming down the line. Like, he got school shoes, got some play shoes, different stuff like that. Now, for me, I've been on child support, and that shit sucks. So that looked like, look, I'm paying automatically, taking care of my kid. He was living with his mom at the time, but even when the stuff did come up, what if it's picture day, stuff like that, that stuff really not included. So it's just like, man, we were splitting everything.
This is why I don't believe in child support, for that reason in itself. I personally feel like if you're getting child support, you're supposed to be able to figure out with that child support that you're getting, what the fuck to do for that kid with that money. That's what it's for. It is for picture days. It is for shoes. It is for those things. The thing about child support, it is split. The amount is what you would have been paying 50-50 had y'all been in the household together. So this means that I'm giving my half. You need to put in your other half. Like, that's just what it is. But with child support also, for me, I feel like you get more when a nigga not on child support. Because they're doing more. They're buying more shoes. They're doing the things that you ask them to do. Because it's not coming out their check every 2 weeks. They are planning, okay, I know my kid need back to school stuff. They're going to go get the back to school stuff. Because they ain't got to worry about that extra fee coming out their damn check every single time. So, the fuck I look like sitting here crying over $200, but when I really look down at it, at the bigger picture, he giving me way more than $200 over the course of whatever the amount is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think people think it all the way through. Finances are a big deal when it comes to kids in general, but also as a mom, I am a quality time person. My dad was not in my household. My dad also was not on child support. So growing up, it's like, okay, well, if you ain't sending my mama money and I can't get what I want, you can at least bring your dusty ass around.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
deadbeat alert.
Right. It's just like, do something. So for me, it's just like, the money is cool or whatever, but it's like, because of who I am and because I'm a planner, if I'm not getting the money, that's fine with me too. Get your son. Like, take care of your son. Make sure he know what it means to be a man and take care of their responsibilities. And if that means that your finances ain't there to necessarily take care of them, who the fuck am I to be all bitter and pissed off? Like, your finances might not have been together when we had the goddamn baby. So, the fuck?
Well, so I look at it like this. Now, don't bash me and be like, nah, look.
I'm gonna bash your ass, y'all. Don't worry about it.
Money is not going to fix the problem. It's not going to make a mother or a father have a good relationship. Because money doesn't fix that chemistry, doesn't bring nothing to the table, that dynamic. Now, it supports, it helps. Now, you have some situations where you will have a father where he pays child support. He does everything right. He's contributing, doing everything right. And he still don't have a good relationship with his child. So where do we go from there? Now it's like, look, I'm giving your mama money. If your mama call me, she need tuition, I'm paying that, doing X, Y, and Z. You know, there's brothers out there that take care of that financial burden. That mom might, you know what I'm saying, not work or do whatever, or she just might be effing off the money. You know what I'm saying? But as kids, you looking like, look, I'm taking my mom, I don't live with my dad, X, Y, and Z. So, you know what I'm saying? So like, what do we say to those brothers out there that just, look, I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm on child support. I pay that. Anything my son needs, I do that, and I still can't develop a relationship with him.
I think that for me, I think there's a relationship that needs a conversation. There's a conversation that needs to be had with the mom. Because, so like I said, I didn't grow up with my dad in the house, so for me, that's a soft spot. Like, you need to have a relationship with your dad. So I know that my son's father is very absent-minded. He means nothing on purpose. There's absolutely nothing in his heart that has malice in it. It's not like he's not calling on purpose. It's not like he's forgetting to call you back. He just gets busy and start doing all kinds of stuff. I get that. So for me, it's like, hey, boom, you call your daddy? I know your daddy said he's going to call you back. Did he call you back? Make sure you call him back. He just probably forgot. He probably got busy doing something. I never make my son feel like, oh, okay, well, it's cool. You ain't got to call your daddy. Your daddy ain't got to talk to you. No. You ain't talked to your daddy yesterday, you need to call him today. Like, and I know people be like, oh, you shouldn't put that burden on your son, but it's for me to know that I am not the reason that y'all don't have a relationship. Yeah. And I also want my son to know, like, I got you all the time, and I'm gonna make sure your daddy got you too. Like, I got your back, and so we gonna make him be around. And I didn't have to make his dad be around. That's not something I ever had to do. But when it comes to that communication, that relationship, that was always a stigma for me. Even when I found out I was pregnant, we was going through stuff. And I was like, look, we ain't got to be together to raise this baby, but you going to be in this baby life. Like, that's just what it's going to be.
Well, yeah, that jumps into like a little different segue. But as far as like stuff like that, like I don't talk to my son like every single day. So like if he's with his mom, you know what I'm saying, I'll give him his time with his mom. I'll call, check in, X, Y, and Z. Now, what I started to notice was that my son, he would just like intentionally, you know, not talk to me in some aspects. like.
Did he say why?
So he ain't never really told me like, Dad, like he just ain't never just said, hey, Dad, I'm not fucking with you this week. You know what I'm saying? Like I knock his ass out. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can tell, like, because we were such at a bad space, that energy was rubbing off on him, and that we put him in the middle, and it was conflicted.
Unknowingly putting him in the middle.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, to me, it just was like, look, you in a situation, I'm finna get custody, you not finna be living with your mom too much longer. I don't know what to tell you, fam. We can't talk. I can't get into all the details right now, but I'm telling you, I'm doing the right thing. So yeah, your mom, she can say whatever. So when I call, it's just like I'm talking to like I just robbed the whole family. You know what I'm saying? But it's like his dad on the other end. He like, your dad's on the phone, okay? Hey, you know what I'm saying? She probably in the background like, this nigga. Wait, what he calling out? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, you have to reach a certain point where it's just like you have to try to be in your child's lives, but I always look at like that 50 Cent like situation where it's just like I think he tried to be in his son's life. I think he made some decent points to be like, look, I'm up. Like you don't have to live X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think, like you just said, like your son and mama's boy, like a lot of boys, they gonna ride or die for their mom. I'm the same way.
Baby.
Now I will say this: I'm not chilling at the crib. If my old man is in Calabasas and mom and we over here, we alright. But if my dad is 50 Cent, y'all that's between y'all. I'm loose. So
but
I don't see
you
that.
also don't know. Playing devil's advocate, you also don't know the conversations that were had prior to that, maybe in front of him, or the conversations that was had by his mama with him. Like, she might have downed the hell out of him, like made him seem like a horrible individual. Like, it don't matter if he got all that money, that nigga suck. He this, he that, he this. So it's like, you don't know. That might be why he don't want to go over there. Like,
what and I'll be really honest. My dad was an awesome dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was almost like a little retarded, a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's where I get it from. Because he took care of me, he still paid child support. I lived at the crib with my dad. He still pays child support. My mom got a check every month for me, and I live in the house with my dad. You know what I'm saying? I guess
maybe that was his way to take care of your mom.
Yeah, I guess he did that all right. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just saying, but to that situation, I learned, from my dad, he took care of all his children. He was a benevolent person, and he was a provider.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he wasn't the perfect man. I just don't try to, model or mimic the things that I just didn't like that he did in his lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, with the same thing with 50 Cent, yeah, you ain't got to be no rapper, but this nigga's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that if my son's father lived in Calabasas and if he had all of this money and he did all that, my son ain't going. And it ain't got nothing to do with
Oh, no, you tripping.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my son not gonna go. He'll go visit. Like, okay, I'm gonna go kick it for the summer with my daddy.
We're talking about, okay, right now, but I'm just saying, like, if he get to the point where he like high school.
I'm telling you, my kid, no, my kid's not going. Even right now, my son is getting ready to transfer schools. He is going to school in his dad's district. He would be able to get an additional maybe 45 minutes of sleep every morning if they had to go to school, right? He made it very clear that I'm not living with you. Like, I'm gonna still live with my mama. I'll spend the night a couple days out the week, but I'm living with my mom. Like, let's be very clear here. So for him, it's like, I love you, Dad. You cool. I'm going over there. That's home. Home is mom. Like, I'm good. And I never ever said like, oh, you need to be living with me. I gave him that option. Like, you can stay with your dad. You can come with me on the weekends. You can do whatever. That was very much so his choice.
So okay, now this is where I step in and I just be like, look, I think that's cute up until that point. Until it's like, look, you 12 and you 13.
His daddy let him have a choice.
Well, I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there's no wrong or right answers. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, like, for me, my son will be 10 in October. So these next 5 years is really, really crucial. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's crucial to like how he approaches, the high school, self-esteem, having confidence, like what, if he's a shy kid, just any anxiety or fears or whatever, just to like fill him out to be a people person, X, Y, and Z. Now, life skills and stuff like that, like, hey, hygiene and, ironing and, putting the right outfit together or whatever it is so you don't have too many problems. I feel like I'm going to be the best parent for that.
I just think that... I will translate for those other people listening. I agree with you. At some point in a little boy's life, he does need to live with his dad if there is a co-parenting situation there, right? I agree with you there. However, I think your situation is slightly different because y'all were in two different states. We live down the street from each other. You getting on my nerve, you go to your daddy's house. So our situation is so different where I'm 15 minutes away from your dad. Like,
okay, that's cool.
It's like whatever. Cool. So in your situation, I definitely get what you're saying. At some point, we even have that conversation. at some point or another, he's going to have to spend more time with his dad, because I can't teach you how to be no man for sure. And I'm not going to attempt to. That's what his daddy is there for. Like,
yeah, but he right around the corner.
Yeah, so it's just like and I'm gonna tell you,
drastic.
I'm gonna tell you this much. I have the type of baby father that even when we were living, he was living in Aurora at one point, and I was living very much so in the city. That's a good hour and a half drive. My son was cutting up at school. Fam got in the car, drove all the way there just to get in that ass, and drove home. He was there for all of 5 minutes.
I mean, like,
so it's just like
he whooped his son in school, or he just I ain't the police. I ain't the police.
I'm saying he did what he had to do to get his son in order, and he went home.
Okay.
So when I made that phone call, like, "Hey, your son over here cutting the fuck up," it was simple. I'm on my way. Just is what it is.
Yeah,
so,
like just a quick sidebar. I always like had that feel just because my mom, you know what I'm saying, she would have to come up to school every single day. And that just got tired from like 1st grade all the way to 6th grade.
Who's getting that ass toe up?
Yeah, remember your mom came in 2nd grade, she was your ass in the school with a spoon. Or remember your mom, so
wait, with a spoon?
Yeah, my mom must have got a wooden spoon or something, man. I remember. And I just take that fear, just like, look, kids remember stuff. So like I'm already at the school enough, you know what I'm saying? Most people, you know, his classmates, they know I work, you know what I'm saying, at a school. So, you know, I can just come there. They always calling me. But it's just like I don't never want to, you know what I'm saying, completely embarrassing my kid.
Oh, baby. Yeah, I'm the queen of an embarrassment chat. I think moms just look at it differently than dads. Like, dads be like, he didn't come up to the school. Me, I took a lunch break. They called me. They was like, you know, Mom, he's acting up. He's doing this. Okay, where you at right now? He's still doing this. I'm on my way. Okay, but don't tell him. Let him keep acting up. So when I walked in the classroom, this what we doing, fam? Like,
oh no.
He shot. Shell shot. Done. He. No, come here. Bring that ass here, boy, because I'm finna tear you up right here in this school. It just is what it is. And if y'all want to take him. Call his daddy. Do whatever you got to do. But you call me, so I'm going to handle it the way I want to handle it. Because if you didn't want me to handle it this way, y'all should have figured out how to handle it and just told me about it later. Like, so it just is what it is. I'm the queen of an embarrassment. You embarrass me, I embarrass you. That's the rule. So, that shit ended quick. We ain't have too many issues. Because he was like, she's crazy. She doesn't care. Like, she just doesn't care.
Yeah, I done made him do push-ups in the hallway at his school.
Baby, I done brought dictionaries, big-ass Bibles, everything. Hold these books in this hallway until I'm done seeing you cry.
Oh, dang.
I don't care. I just don't care. Because for me, as a mom raising a black son, I need you to understand, I need you to at least understand authority right now.
Exactly.
So that we don't have a bigger issue later. So if you understand authority now, not saying that that's going to prevent anything, but at least if I know he understands authority, I know if some other shit pop off, nah, that ain't the case, because I know something else happened. Like,
right. So
yeah,
you developing, gaining that trust right there, you know, that proper discipline, which is all needed. So, okay, so now let me ask you this. Now, we all know, you know, Jackson 5, you know, their father, Joe, you know, he was a tyrant. He was the man's man, alpha male. He didn't play none of that when it came to his kids. Now, me personally, I don't use that approach. You know what I'm saying? I don't use that approach for 2 reasons. One is, you know what I'm saying, I just got custody of my kid, and I know my baby mama, she is still upset. I put my hands on my son. You got some marks? She trying to lock me up, do all type of that. So I said, okay, you got to pass right now, fam. And you know what I'm saying, until I get everything set up, you know what I'm saying? So he get a little pass right now. But as far as like on some Joe Jackson type stuff, every little thing, I don't even know if they was getting like beaten, you know, brutally beaten like that. I just think that like it was like strict, hard discipline. Now, they would all say their childhood sucked. Now, my childhood was good. But I would damn sure trade that childhood that I had, you know what I'm saying, for that stardom and that money that they got, you know what I'm saying, as young adults and for the rest of their life. So I'm saying is like, shoot.
Do you think it's beneficial to beat the hell out of your kids like that? Like, what do you really think they gain from getting their ass beat like that?
Well, in that case, he got 5 stars.
No.
He got
I'm not talking about how he pushed them into stardom, because I do feel like there's a way to push a child into stardom, push anybody into stardom without beating their ass. And we've seen that. Like, we've seen that in other stars. So, my question is, what do you think a child gains from getting their ass beat in general?
Well, I put it to you like this. I think you learn lessons,
Mm-hmm.
and you understand that if it's if you do something, it's a consequence.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, when you're a child, you can do almost not anything, but you can get away with a lot of stuff. Like, you can't get charged, you know what I'm saying? You're a juvenile. So, like, if you just doing something, it's just a part of, you know, hey, you did the wrong thing, so you're going to get a consequence for it. Now, I'd rather learn that with ass whoopings, and I stop doing the wrong thing by the time I get to high school, so I go, you know, do something else. Now I'm in jail for the rest of my life. I just really think that it's just, like, symbolic to understanding how life works. Like, hey, I'm your parent, you do something wrong. I'm not trying to hurt you,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, but I'm giving you consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't have to be physical abuse. It could be, you know what, punishment, stuff like that. But come on now. Everybody done seen some kids where just like, man, that kid wild as hell. He need his ass beat.
I mean, my son done said it in the store. Like, oh, he need a whooping. I be like, want to shut up? Like,
Yeah.
But for me personally, like, after a certain age, the whoopings, the spankings, all that shit, that just stops. Because now I feel like at some point, there's a light bulb that goes off with kids that allows them to completely understand what you're trying to teach them. And so I do feel like that's based on maturity. Like, I mean, for those who have met my son, know my son is very mature for his age. Like, very much so mature.
Right.
So my son also learned his lesson pretty goddamn quick. Like, I don't want to get hit, so I'm gonna just I ain't gonna lie, because if I lie, I'm gonna get in trouble. If I tell her the truth, I might just get my game taken away for a week, but I know she ain't gonna hit me, and I just gotta deal with not having my game. And I know if I do that again, then I ain't gonna have my game again. So I'm just gonna do what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So, like, in his head, it's already there. He's 10. So it's like, I ain't gotta put my hands on you. Like, bro, you know what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So I think, personally, I didn't get my ass beat as a kid. I can count on one hand how many whoopings I got. And, you know, our lovely producer went to grammar school with me. I was bad as hell. I stayed in fights. I stayed suspended. Yeah. I was a hot ass mess. My mama did not whoop me. She just was like, bro, what you doing? Like,
well, you know what? I would say this. The whoopings ain't work for me.
That's what I'm saying. So why would you keep... this was my thought process.
Well,
why
here's
would
the
you
difference,
keep beating
though.
the hell out your child if you see they still doing the same thing?
So now this is where it gets a little bit more complex. It's just like this. So if my son is struggling in school, mm-hmm. I can't keep punishing him, because maybe he just not that type of learner. Maybe he just like, okay, it's something where I need to get him tutored. He needs extra support, and you have those type of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with me, it was just like, look, this nigga hyperactive. So like, look, or whatever, do whatever you want. Right. You can whoop me, do whatever.
But beating your ass ain't gonna change the fact that you was hyperactive.
What I'm saying, right? So that's just who I was. Now, that's just like special circumstances and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, but you do have people where they don't have, they don't have ADD or ADHD, mm-hmm. or they don't have a learning disability, X, Y, and Z. You know, they haven't been diagnosed with anything. It's just like they just wanted to cause havoc or mischief, and they had to be punished. Now, that's just like, I work in a school, so it's just like, okay, you know, we got IEPs, and we know what a student is. Just like, look, if it says like, hey, he gonna get out of the seat 5 to 6 times a day, mm-hmm. you cannot keep sending him to the principal office because he's getting out of the seat. That's who that boy is. That's who he is.
I think it's a better understanding in this generation of teachers that we have. But even with my son, like, my baby was a hot ass mess when he first started wanting.
When he goes to public school, Catholic school?
He went to public school.
Okay.
He was a hot ass mess. They called me for everything. When I tell you everything, Mom, he won't cross his legs on the carpet. Mom, he keeps getting up out his chair. Mom, I'm like, listen here, ho, if I got to do your job from my job, that means you don't need your job. Like, that's just how bad it was. I didn't care what he did at that point.
Well,
it was just so bad. I was just like, what the hell? Fast forward, actually, to I didn't play video games with
So
my
he
son.
in 3rd grade. He gonna go to 4th.
He's going to 5th grade now.
He's going to 5th grade.
This like fast forward to just a couple years ago. Him and my boyfriend were playing a video game. He said, "Babe, I think you should get his eyes tested." And I was like, "Really? Why?" He's like, "We playing a game." He start off in the back of the room, but you know, like I see him gradually getting closer and closer and closer till he like right up on the TV. So I'm okay. Yeah, take him to get tested. Take him to his eyes tested. The doctor was like, "Yeah, he definitely needs glasses. You know, he's having a hard time seeing the board." So I said, "Are you having a hard time seeing the board?" And he was like, "No, the work's just hard." Okay, we get the glasses. He go back to school. Behavior does a 180. Completely different kid for the remainder of the school year and moving forward. So I'm like, "You just couldn't see the board?" He's like, "I just thought the work was hard." So for him, it didn't translate to move up or tell the teacher I'm having a hard time seeing. It's just the work is hard, so I'm finna act a fool. Cause I don't know what's going on, so fuck it. If I don't know what's going on, ain't nobody gonna learn this bitch. Like that was his process. Man, my baby got glasses. I ain't had no issues in school since. So it's like small shit like that. But to me,
this was your son.
This was
Hey, I'm here today. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Took his glasses off. He in there. What's good?
I got phone calls from the teacher. They was like, "We don't know what happened, what the change is." I'm like, he couldn't see. In my head, I'm like, and you all dumb motherfuckers couldn't realize
wait a minute. Next time I see, I'm be like, bro, he did a whole Superman change off some glasses. That's funny as hell.
I swear to God, my baby
I ain't
was
never
like,
heard nothing like that.
Whole thing changed. Grades went up, conduct grade went up, everything. Like he was just a different. He was more confident in like the stuff.
How the teachers couldn't see that, like the kids in the back doing this shit here.
That part, sweating like a motherfucker, and they calling me because he getting up out his seat, not knowing that he might have been trying to. Well, I really think he was just acting a fucking fool because he couldn't see. But neither here nor there. Like he can't see. Y'all got these. Everything is digital. Even how we used to have chalkboards, they have a digital whiteboard. So it's like he's having a hard time seeing his digital whiteboard. He come home, he on his phone. You know, it's like so. It's just like all kinds of stuff. I'm like, he couldn't see. And that one little change, but mind you, if I just would have kept beating his ass, that he still wasn't gonna be able to see. Like he just would have had his ass beat. Like
maybe he could have been like, "Mom, because I fucking me up, I can't see." That's the maybe he would have beat it out of him.
But at that point too, at that age, I'm thinking he's pushing the envelope. He's trying who he can try, right? I know this teacher ain't gonna do nothing. I know this teacher, all she gonna do is call my mama. Okay, bet, cool, whatever. I'm thinking that's what he was doing the whole time. He's struggling. He was struggling. And it's like, then as a parent, I felt bad because like, damn, bitch, you ain't know that your baby couldn't see.
Well, I mean, you're not there. So
that part too. I'm also not in the room with him playing video games. So had my boyfriend ever playing video games with him, would we have ever known he couldn't see?
Well, so like, you would have found out eventually because you go like every like year or 2 years. They got to do the little eye vision.
At the school, yeah, you're right.
Vision, you know what I'm saying? Check. So, you know. Like
you would have eventually known. You wake up in the middle of the night, there's a pool of piss on the side of the toilet.
Oh, because he can't see.
Oh man, that ain't nobody that bad. That's some old man, 80-year-old type shit.
They call
you just never know. Yeah. You just never know. But I'm glad we caught it when we caught it because now it's like, I honestly, if I get a phone call from the school, I know it's something deeper than that. Like what happened, and then also it's like this. This is what I had an issue with. My mom knew me, right? Mm-hmm. So if a teacher called her and said I said something, if that didn't sound like something I would have said, my mom would be like, and what else happened? It's something else to this story. You're not giving me the full story. And then sometimes they would tell her stuff I said, and I'd be like, hey, you say that? She'd be like, yes, your ass did. You said that.
You gotta know
you definitely said that. So for me, I see a lot of parents beating the hell out their kids because the teacher said they said something and the kid is like adamant on I didn't say that, and it's like, do you know your child for real? Because like for me, you know, Mom, Quanell threw a chair. He threw a chair at who? He threw a chair at another student. Well, what the student do? Because I know my kid. My kid ain't just picking up no damn chair to throw no chair. He also ain't gonna hit nobody for no reason. So what happened? Well, I just saw the chair. Okay, so wait. You didn't ask him why he threw the damn chair. You just called me. We're not doing that. And he's not suspended. He'll be in school tomorrow. So we're going to figure out why the fuck he threw a chair together.
Oh, yeah.
Like, It is
whatever
just like
school
that.
you at, they
Well,
they
that's
know
why
her.
he's not there anymore.
Whatever school you at, they like, look, they
do better.
Again.
They used to be like,
see you coming in, don't say nothing.
No, but
Teacher
for
be like,
real.
I'm
Right,
calling
you know
your
what I'm
mom.
saying?
You
Like-
ain't coming
like-
here. We're not calling her.
You the one where you see the type of parent where the teacher parent conference come, you come before everybody else.
Yep.
Where they got the whole principal, AP, the
Everybody
dean,
know
the gym teacher. It's probably one guy that flirt with you in there, so they meet at the door, Charles.
Yep. Here she come, y'all. They actually saved my appointment for last because I want to talk to every teacher. I want to know how did he get this grade? Especially them teachers that's like too laid back for me. Like if I'm calling and asking for follow-ups, like, okay, how's he doing? Is he doing better? What do we need to work on at home? And then I get a report card and it's a B on there. How you get a B? Where the work at? I want to see it. Let me see the work.
Man, that's good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got my son grade. That boy, he had about F, 2 F's and a D.
In what?
Too early to be having F's.
Right? In what?
Man, I want to say it was, I think, science. You know what was so messed up? I think he was almost failing religion too. I said, listen. I said, bro, how you failing religion? I said, how you failing religion? I said, yeah, Catholic school. I mean, I'm just like, is it work? I'm like, what is y'all learning that I don't know? Is y'all learning, like, you know what I'm saying? He needs to be baptized right now or something? Like,
I hate you so much.
So I really couldn't do nothing because it was a little bit my fault. He told me, so, well, you be getting him to school like Mr. Robinson, so you know what I'm saying, religion is like the first thing we do, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so now you want to blame it on me. So at this point, he look at me like, yeah, nigga, it ain't me. So I'm like, so I look at him.
See, Dad, I tried to
You know what I'm
tell
saying?
you.
So this was my first moment was like, all right, he got a legit pass. Because he got to be at the school at 7:45. He getting there between 8:20 and 8:30.
Oh, bro. He missed the whole class. He missed
Why
the
you
whole
failing religion? Because I
class.
never go.
Look.
I'm never in religion.
Boy, look, you
Spell religion. Late.
Hey, listen, hey. That was all on me.
Bro. No.
Listen, some days it be traffic. Some days travel was, but some days, you know what I'm saying, I get everything together and I just be like, man, or I would remake him do something before we leave the crib. So like, I don't like to leave the crib unless the crib is clean. Like my dad, like that's the one thing he did for me. He just was like, look, never leave your house dirty. He said, you never know if somebody got to come back to your house or who got to come back to your house.
That's an accurate statement.
So,
however,
go ahead.
However, there is a time and a place to teach those type of lessons. And sometimes, before you're leaving out to get this child to school on time, is not time.
Well, we struggled a little bit. So it's not, I will say this, it's not all on him. It ain't all on me. It was just the balance.
It was a transition.
It was, you know what I'm saying, for both of us.
It was a transition.
Because like, I get him up early enough, but he thought he was slick. He'd go in there, turn the shower on. He wouldn't even get in the shower.
Okay, so first of all, this is how I know it was a transition. Any mom will tell you right now they not waking their kid up to get in a shower in the morning. You shower, bathe the night before.
Man, I do both.
No, that's too much. You're doing too much in the morning. I'm trying to help you.
You trying to help me?
I'm trying to help you. You take your shower the night before. You lay them clothes out. You make sure they iron. Do everything the night before. We good. When you wake up in the morning, the only thing you got to do is brush your teeth. If you got to eat breakfast at home, you eating breakfast. Put your shit on and let's go. My son can get ready in 30 minutes. If even. Because all his shit is laid the fuck out. He done took his shower.
He ain't got to worry about all that. I made him do his stuff a couple of times, but I get up early in the morning anyway. So
what you mean he don't got to worry about what?
Like, I iron his clothes.
Oh, hell no.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part. I tried it, and it's just like, dude, like, I'm gonna hit you. You know what I'm saying?
No, you got to have a little bit of patience, and you got to give him a rope.
Well,
You got to give him a little bit of rope.
I'm giving, so this is the hard part. It's like, I'm doing all the teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the coach.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you said you're a single parent.
You know, no. But here's the thing, though.
All I hear is,
Listen.
hey, Cubana, I'm doing the same thing you're doing, and
Listen.
I'm trying to help you.
No, I'm not saying you. This baby like, I think he know it all. No, I ain't saying. But what I'm saying is, when he go to his mama crib, it's no iron in the house at all. He don't have an iron. He looking at me because he put on some pants and they wrinkled his hair. I'm fam. You not finna leave the house like that. He looking at me like, who cares? I'm going to school to learn why I'm going to school to look good. I'm like, okay, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, this your mom must have put this in your ear, fam. Like, I iron
my baby used
every
to be
single
the same
day.
way. I told my son, hey, you about to go out, go put some clothes on. He came back in t-shirt, a wrinkled ass t-shirt, and some wrinkled ass shorts. I didn't even say anything. I just looked at him. You know how they say your mama give you that look and you just know, just go back and try to fuck again. I just looked at him. I saw him go back in the room, come back out, get the iron, go back in the room. Go get your fucking shit together. Because if you want to wear the t-shirt in the shorts, that's fine. But you ain't going to come out here looking a hot ass mess.
What I'm saying is, cool. If he at your old man crib,
he ironing his own shit.
Because it started with you. That's what I'm saying. So
you saying you behind the 8-ball?
Yeah, I'm behind the 8-ball because everything I'm doing is new.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you know what I'm saying. It's just like we don't iron. It ain't no iron in my house. You know what I'm saying. He's like I live with my mama. He's like my mom. I said I know she don't iron. I said you know what I'm saying? I'm just not trying to go there with the woman. I'm just like, look.
You're just saying it's a difference. It's the difference.
It's a difference, bro. Like I want you to, you know what I'm saying, to look apart. Your appearance is, you know what I'm saying, everything X, Y, and Z. So like, yeah, I be on him. Like sometimes, you know, like, well, one punishment, and you know, this is usually what I don't do, but I kind of fed into it because he didn't care anyway. So he was getting his hair cut, you know what I'm saying, every 2 weeks, straight, clean. He liked it, you know, whatever, cool. Because every kid, you know, as a shorty, you damn near had to beg your parents to go get a haircut. Because that's why everybody, with these school pictures, they don't throw back Thursday, they all got these fucked up ass haircuts. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, nah, nigga, your parents ain't love us back then. Nobody wouldn't get no fresh ass haircuts like these shorties now. So as a punishment, I said, man, you ain't getting no haircut no more.
Who did that punish?
Who? Him.
How?
Up into picture day because I couldn't do it like that.
But how was that a punishment?
Who? Because he wanted his haircut because he got used to it. So I went to the barber shop. I got cut. He didn't. And then I tell you what. I was gonna give him a haircut. His birthday was coming up. I said, man, when you come back, we'll get you a cut. His mom take him go get a haircut. That shit was bogus as hell. He had like a little Divingboard on his head. Like it's like they cut it. It's like they cut it, but they just said, all right, emergency happened. They didn't line him up or nothing. So he had like a little Jimmy Neutron on his shit. and he was there for the weekend. And this is the first time I really felt. I was like, man, I felt so bad because I was like, I should have just got his haircut before he went.
I don't believe in those. Like you said, you usually don't feed into them. So I hope you learned your own lesson because.
No, I ain't do no little shave and ball, one of them YouTube videos.
I
ain't do one
of
of
those
them.
type of punishments because I just don't understand what is the punishment? What is the lesson they're learning? I feel like you're supposed to learn a lesson from the punishment. There's no lesson in that.
Well, so by the grace of God, thank you. So his lesson is, hey, I need to do right so my dad get my hair cut. Because if I go for the weekend with my mom,
you gotta look like Jimmy Neutron.
Man, nah, I would. I'm a. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull it up.
Baby, let me tell you.
It because I got him on the Sunday, and then I'm like, damn, man, your shit messed up. And I just ripped him. I just went in on him. I'm roasting him 24/7. I'm talking about best jokes. I'm talking about like everything I got. Everything I got.
I've been waiting on this moment.
Everything I got.
Your whole life, son.
Because like he always want to challenge me. I'd be like, oh, he always wanted, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so who cut you up? My mom, she would. I said, so you ain't say nothing? first, you know what I'm saying, I gotta be a dad, because I'm like, hold on. I know somebody ain't cut my son head at no barbershop, because he said he went to the barbershop. I called the dude, yo, man, you cut a kid head? He was like, yeah, man, I didn't even really finish the haircut. The mom said it was in a rush and stuff like that, man. I apologize. Who? I said, man, you don't. I said, are you serious? You cut this? He said, yeah, man. The mom was just like, man, it's okay. We got to go. So I'm looking, I'm like, so why you doing like that? So I'm telling him, like, look, dude, you don't go to the barbershop at all, like, no more with your mom. Now, it was that Sunday, barbershops is closed on Monday. So he had to go to school like that. And I thought they was going, I was like, look, they finna clown the fool.
Not at the school he go to.
Yeah, that's so yeah, so
Nah, he went to a city school, baby. He would have came home like, I hate my life.
Hey,
I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
Have to keep eyes on him.
look, right, look. I'm like,
Because I'm going to tell you right now,
they
my kid, you into this old Jimmy Neutron looking ass boy.
man, give me a quick
Oh,
second.
goodness.
I'm pull it up.
I don't believe in them type of punishments, though, because, I don't know. You know, it just is what it is, child. Kids are interesting. Finances are interesting. Co-parenting is a struggle. And I feel like, though, our generation does co-parent better than our former generations. Like our parents' generation and our parents' generation.
I say we have a lot more patience, a lot more, what you call it, like, we have a lot more to judge off of. Like, we saw how they messed up, and we can see how to rectify that situation.
Yeah. I feel like our parents was trying to give us a better life than their parents gave them, and it's just a trickle down. Like, we're just all trying to do better than our previous generation.
That's how it should be.
Yeah. So, like, for me, one thing I can say, my dad wasn't around. My mama didn't keep him from being around. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't dog him in front of us. Me calling him a deadbeat is me calling him a deadbeat, because it just is what it is. Even to this day, she won't dog that man in front of me, and I still don't like him. I'll be like, you don't have to be nice about him. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't care. But also the fact that he wasn't around for me was a big thing. So, like, finding out I was pregnant, I wasn't married, these things is like,
Look,
bro, you gotta be in your kid's life.
I want them to see
Let me see this picture.
Hey, I was ribbing him. I was like, boy,
Oh, he did have a diving board.
He had a little
He had a
diving.
it. Why you put the
skateboard.
kid on the podcast? He got the skate ramp on his
Yeah,
head.
he had a
He gonna have a
skateboard.
throwback Thursday.
Don't do that.
You know, but like, look, hey, I'm laughing, I'm crying, but look, I did feel bad. But like,
What was she in a rush to go there? They couldn't finish cutting
that's
that
what I'm
portion
saying,
off.
because that's what I was telling you. Like, sometimes in some situations, it's just like she'll just want to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't trying to necessarily hurt him, but she knew that was gonna like irk me, make me upset. So like a lot of the stuff that like,
But like to put your kid,
right?
to put your kid through that, to just,
He was hurt.
oh child, I can't.
He ain't got no like no good old hair, boy.
You ain't got no clippers at the crib.
Man, he went to school like that, fam.
I would have been I would have been on YouTube, like, which guard I gotta use to just even this out, cause I wouldn't have never. And I wouldn't even cut him all the way down. I just was trying to at least just get that front part off until we can get to the barbershop on Wednesday. Because most barbershops close Monday, Tuesday, and then they only go from Wednesday.
Because
to
She's wrong for that.
She's
like, and dog he was fighting me. He was fighting me. Like he was fighting me, like, cause he had like a little fro. So he wanted this little Kobe Bryant little fro, and I'm just like, man, get some waves. You know what I'm saying? Put the do-rag on. I'm trying to be like, look, man, I want you to, you know what I'm saying?
Cut.
Yeah, I want him a clean cut. He know that. I don't want that. So I'm okay. So then for me to see, now you gonna cut it, and she did it like that. But this I forgot to tell y'all this information though, and this is where it stemmed from. So at the time, cause he just wasn't managing, you know what I'm saying? He was washing his head, but he trying to wash it every day. I'm like, bro, we black. It's a process. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? My girlfriend at the time, she kind of just shampooed it, deep conditioned it, X, Y, and Z, blow dried it, you know what I'm saying? Bought him some little products, and now he, you know what I'm saying, putting it in there. He using this little sponge or whatever. He messed up because he called his mom excited. Like, hey, X, Y, and Z help me with my hair, X, woo, woo. So he go a weekend, then he came back looking like that.
Damn.
I feel sorry for him, though. But
I hate that it's a, I don't even know this girl, but Lord, help me, guide my words, child.
that's what that's when I think about it, that's what it really was from.
I hate that some of us are still in that mindset of bitterness that we use our kids to get at the other parent, right? Because like co-parenting is not easy already. It's not easy by nature. When you have kids, you know, it was designed to have those kids with the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and you're going to raise those kids together. That's the design. That's what you want. So it's already difficult to raise a child in this house, in household A and household B. And then when household B makes it just more difficult and does things maliciously to use that child to hurt the person in household A, like, bro, what do you gain from that? Because nobody was hurt there but your son. Nobody. She wasn't hurt. You weren't hurt. He was the one who was hurt.
I was hurt.
No, you wasn't.
I was hurt.
You wasn't hurt. You were mad. You were not hurt. He was the one, had he went to a different school, would have been teased like a motherfucker, would have had to deal with the situation. Had he went to like a public school where I felt like, okay, like they gonna be on, I wouldn't have, he just would have, he would have worked with me and whatever, he would have stayed home. Mm-hmm. Cause you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, like I just like, that's my way of like sticking up for my kid. I don't want him to go through, you know, everybody gonna get roasted at some point. Cause I'm gonna tell you this much, my son cut his own hair and he put a hole in it.
You sent him to school?
I took him to the barber shop, and once he had to cut his hair off, like.
You took him to the barber shop after school.
He cut it while he was in school. So what I'm supposed to do?
That's why he don't go to that school.
He took the scissors, and then when he told me, I said, "Why would you do that? Why would you cut your hair?"
I don't know. Now,
why would you cut your hair like that?
You had me going about 15 minutes ago, but now it's like, okay.
I said, "Why would you cut your hair like
glasses,
that?"
And now it's the
This was before he had the glasses. I said, "Why did you cut your hair like that?" He told me, "I was trying to look like Mr. Musso. Mr. Musso don't have no hair." He just had hair on the side. So I was just like he was a true kid. Like in his head, that shit made sense, and I was just like, "Oh Lord." So I took me this haircut. You know, the barber had a conversation with like, "Bro, you don't do that to your hair. Like, you know, we take a lot of pride in cutting your hair." Da da da. So I'm like having that conversation with. You know, so we did what we had to do, and we just moved from there. But like, had I not been able to get him in the barber shop, no, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have sent him back to school with that fucking hole in his head. Yeah, absolutely not.
So he got a hole and I had a diving board.
Dive right into the hole.
Oh man, listen. Thank y'all for tuning in. These kids is crazy. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all can follow me on social media at Cubana Kiss on everything.
And follow me on IG, Twitter, Make You Happen To.
Yeah.
Follow the show.
Oh yeah, make sure you follow us at Because I Said So on Facebook and IG. We there.
I mean, if y'all got any topics, anything y'all want us to talk about, you know, drop them in the comment section. Let us know so we can talk about it next episode. Peace out.